They say time heals everything. But what if you could plant time? What if you could hold it in your hand like a seed, bury it in the soil, and wait for it to bloom? Most people never learn how to wait. We chase life like it's running away from us, always reaching, always rushing, as if every moment that passes is a moment lost. But in a sun-drenched village, nestled between green fields and a lazy, winding river, there once lived a boy named Nathan, a boy who wanted everything. Now, he was bright, full of fire, his eyes hungry for the world to move faster. He'd gulp down his breakfast before the steam even faded, interrupt his teachers mid-sentence, and tap his foot whenever his mother tied her hair just a little too slowly. "Why is everything so slow?" he'd grumble, and his mother would smile that patient, knowing smile and whisper, "The world moves at the pace of growth, not impatience." But Nathan never listened. He wanted his rice to cook faster, his dog's limp to heal instantly, and the little guava tree behind his house to bear fruit, even though it was barely taller than him. Then one hot afternoon, when the sun weighed heavy on his back and his frustration burned brighter than the light itself, he ran. He stormed into the forest, muttering about how the whole village was too quiet, too slow, too small for someone like him. The deeper he went, the thicker the trees grew their branches, whispering secrets only patience could understand. And there, in a patch of trembling sunlight, sat an old man. He was digging into the dry earth with his bare hands. Curious, Nathan walked up and asked, "What are you doing?" The old man looked up, his eyes calm as old as the wind, and said softly, "I'm planting time." Nathan laughed. "That's ridiculous. You can't plant time." The man smiled, holding out a tiny gray seed that shimmered faintly in the light. "Take it," he said. "But no, this it will only grow if you stop rushing." Half skeptical, half amused, Nathan pocketed the seed. That night, he planted it in a small pot by his window. Then, forgetting all about it, he went to sleep. Days passed, weeks blurred together. The pot remained empty. He grew frustrated again, snapping at his sister, grumbling at his dog, sighing at his mother as a slow rhythm. But one evening, something shifted. He saw his mother quietly sewing his torn school bag, her fingers steady, her breath soft, her patience like a river flowing silently through her. He sat beside her and, for once, just watched. The next morning, his little sister spilled rice all across the floor. She froze, her eyes wide, waiting for his anger. But Nathan only smiled, knelt beside the air, and helped her pick up each grain, one by one. Her laughter filled the air, as light as wind through bamboo. That week, his teacher asked him to help a younger boy learn to read. So, each afternoon, under the banyan tree, Nathan sat with him, sounding out every word, slowly, carefully, as if time itself was teaching them both. Without even realizing it, his foot stopped tapping, his voice soft. His breath found a rhythm with the world again. And then one morning, as rain whispered against the window, he saw it, a green sprout, fragile, shimmering, alive. He ran into the forest, his heart pounding. The old man was there, as if he had never left. Nathan held out his hands, trembling. "It's growing," he whispered. The old man smiled. "Then so are you." That day, Nathan understood something he had never seen before. Time wasn't an enemy. It wasn't something to chase or command. It was a quiet teacher asking only for your trust. From then on, he lived differently. He still dreamed, still laughed, still ran through the fields, but he no longer asked the world to hurry. He learned to sit beside the guava tree and just wait. He learned to listen when his mother spoke softly. He learned that true love takes time to unfold. And one day, when the guava tree finally bore its first fruit, he plucked it with quiet hands, smiling not because it came fast, but because it came when it was ready. That's when he understood planting time was never about magic. It was about patience, about love, about letting things grow in their own rhythm. Because everything that truly matters, healing, learning, becoming, takes time. And sometimes, the most beautiful things in life aren't the ones we rush to meet, but the ones that bloom slowly while we learn to wait. So, if you ever feel lost in your hurry, remember Nathan and the little seed that grew when he stopped rushing. Maybe time only begins to grow the moment you stop trying to control it. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content that gives you a moment to pause and reflect.